Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Katelyn. I am 26 years old and we are officially moving out. I am so excited and I can't believe I'm able to say those words, but we are moving out. A little backstory about me if you are new, and even some of the people that have been here for a while you might not know. So I am 26 years old, like I said. I work full-time as a dental hygienist and I have been for about a year and a half now. And we live in Ontario, Canada, and it is very expensive to buy a house here. So my husband and I have been living with my mom to save money for the last 5 years, because I was in school and just the timing of when we got engaged and then got married, I was in a different program and I was in a different career path, and then things changed and then I went back to school, so we were like, we'll just live with my mom a little longer. And it's kind of been one of those things where it's like a little longer, a little longer. So anyways, flash forward to the summer of this year, we went to a mortgage broker and they said, everything looks fine with your finances, but you, Katelyn, have to work at least for another year before they would approve you for a mortgage. So we said, okay, that's fine, whatever, we'll just stay here another year, we'll save some more money and it'll be fine. So anyway, what ended up happening was we had just decided that we ultimately just need our own space. We've been living with my mom for 5 years and we are so grateful that she has opened up her home, let us live here, not rent free. Obviously we're paying a little bit of a rent, but definitely cheaper than rent would be anywhere else, to let us save money, to let me go to school, to feel comfortable while I was in school, because I didn't work while I was in school. Austin worked, but it made us a lot more comfortable while I was in school. And now that I've been out for about a year and a half working, we readjusted finances and we figured out ways how to live and whatever. And honestly, even in a year, it would still be so hard for us to buy a house and put money down on it and have enough to pay a mortgage and everything like that. So we ended up looking into renting. So we are actually going to be renting a home, and I'm so excited. I'm just so excited. But yeah, so we're going to be moving. So we are actually moving in a week. We signed papers about 2 weeks ago. So it was about a 3-week process, which I feel was pretty quick. I've kind of documented the experience a little bit, so we have videos coming out later on that, but I wanted to get the announcement out first, kind of explaining everything. So we move on December 1st and it is Friday, November 27th right now, or November 24th while I'm filming this right now. So about a week until we move, which is also why the house kind of looks a little bit it looks a little bare how it normally looks, because we've been slowly packing. But yeah, I just wanted to let you guys know that we are moving and I'm so excited. So one of the benefits was that we are actually moving away about 30 minutes from where we live now. So it's a little bit more out of town, a little bit more, it's in a town still, but it's you have to kind of get through the country a bit to get to the town. So because we're away from the major city, we are definitely paying a lot less for rent, or we're not paying less, I guess, but we're just getting more for what our money is. If we were looking here for the price that we were paying, all we were getting was a 1-bedroom basement apartment. Not ideal. But with this house, we are actually getting a full townhouse completely to ourselves, for cheaper than what we were looking at in our city. So very exciting. So yeah, so we are renting a townhouse. It is a 3-bedroom, 2.5-bath townhouse, which every time I say it out loud, I'm gosh, it feels so big, saying it in my head, but I'm just it's exactly what we would want if we were buying or renting. And Austin and I, at the end of the day, I know a lot of people are going to be well, just renting is just paying somebody else's mortgage and it's so much more beneficial to buy your own house. And while I do agree, obviously you're putting money into your own house and you're investing in yourself when you have a house, but at the end of the day, Austin and I just finally wanted our own space. We've been married for 5 years, and while we are so grateful, I think I already said this, we're so grateful that my mom, had a place for us to stay. She let us live here for a really inexpensive rent, for a really long time while I was in school and while we were working and trying to get our grounds, and obviously being a newly married couple, like I'm so grateful, but we were just ready. Like we were just like, we just need our own space, you know, like a lot of the time, like while my mom has let us have a lot of like space in this house, it's still just never felt like ours. So we were just ready. We're ready to have our own space and we're really excited. So yeah, sorry, I'm kind of all over the place. I don't really know how to like talk about this, so I just figured I'd like chit chat it up with you guys. Just kind of like fill you in, kind of like I've been filling my friends in like on FaceTime and stuff. So yeah, we are really lucky because this house that we're moving into is actually a brand new build, so nobody's lived in it before, and it literally closed like a couple weeks ago. So the landlord that we are renting from, I still have to figure out all these terminologies and words too, so that's why I'm like tripping over sentences. But our landlord let us know, like he said, you know, like if you guys want, you can start moving your stuff in already. So we've been able to bring a few boxes every day to like move things in, because Austin works around the area, so that's really nice. So we've been able to move a bunch of boxes in already, and then we are going to end up getting like a moving truck to move all of our big items, like our dressers, our beds, all that kind of stuff. So that's nice and exciting. Yeah, what else? I'm really excited to have our own place right before Christmas. It's kind of crazy because at the beginning of this year when we talked about buying a house, I said, I want to have a house by Christmas. And we kind of were like, oh, well, that's not going to happen, like, you know, halfway through the year. But now it is happening. It was funny, like Austin's grandma was like, well, you said you wanted it and you're still getting it. So it's like pretty exciting to think of it that way. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm going to put the Christmas tree up hopefully the weekend that we move in if I'm not too busy. But yeah, it's really nice. But like I said, it's a 3-bedroom townhouse, so we are actually going to have obviously our bedroom. We're going to have a room for our game stuff, because if you know, Austin and I both like to play like PC games, so that'll be fun. And then we also have a spare bedroom for our like friends to come and stay with us, which is something that I'm just so excited to like have people over and like have friends over again. And it's just gonna be so nice, because like when I'm at my mom's, like I can't really have friends over, you know, like it's like we have the odd people over like once in a blue moon, but it's really not that often. So it'll be really nice to like have Brandon and Heidi come up and visit, and like our friends from the States that we've gone to visit, like they can all come and see us, and it's just gonna be so nice. And I'm excited to like host people and have people over and like bring people into like our space, and just to have a space in general that like is our own. So yeah, that's really exciting. Yeah, I feel like those are like the main house updates, but I asked you guys on Instagram if you had any other questions, like life update kind of questions, to like let me know. So I'll answer a few here because I did get some. Now these are probably not like house related because nobody really knows yet until I'm posting this. So we're kind of going off kilter here, but it's fine because I just wanted to chit chat with you guys anyways. But somebody asked, do you have any outfit plans for the Eras tour? And I do not yet. I know that I want to do, like, because we're going with, it's myself, Austin, Brandon, and Heidi. The 4 of us are going. If you missed that vlog, go check it out when we got tickets, because every time I watch it I cry. But I know that each of us are going to go as a different era, obviously, but I haven't decided on my era yet because I just am so torn. But I know Austin already dibs to Fearless, so that's kind of taken. And I don't know, I'm like torn between wanting to do Midnights, but I also kind of want to do Reputation because it's going to be in November, so it's going to be cold. So I don't know yet. I don't know what I'm doing, but I still have time to debate. My friend asked, something you're currently looking forward to. I am looking forward to getting to spend a Saturday day in my kitchen making bread and watching TV in our living room, like all at the same time. And I'm just so excited about that. How do you get yourself out of a reading slump? I don't. I am in a reading slump right now, and I'm literally in the middle of Iron Flame. And there's another question here, I did see it, what I thought about Fourth Wing and Iron Flame. So I read Fourth Wing a couple months ago and I absolutely loved it. I devoured it in like 2 days. Like, I don't even think it was that long. And then as soon as Fourth Wing came out, I got it on my Kindle. I got it hard copy. I read it while I was at my dad's. I was visiting him in Nova Scotia for a weekend, a couple weekends ago, and I was so into it. And then it got halfway through the book and I totally dropped off on it, and I have not picked it up, and I really want to, but I think it's because we are like in the middle of moving, so I'm just like not thinking about reading right now and like just sitting down to read. Like anytime I have spare time, I'm packing or like decluttering. But how to get myself out of a reading slump, I typically like to just try and find a book that I feel like I'm really excited about. Like Fourth Wing got me out of a slump for a while, and then now Iron Flame kind of got me out of a slump. But I feel like just like getting a book that you feel really excited about, like reading reviews or like reading the back, like the synopsis of books to try and get you. Or I like watching booktubers. Like if I want to like get into a book, I watch booktubers, because sometimes when I watch people read and like I see how people are like reading throughout their days, I'm like, okay, it's more achievable, so I'd be able to read, you know. Bucket list travel destination. I would love to go to any of the international Disney parks, but I am such a baby on a plane that I don't know if I ever could. I feel like once I'm able to go to California, because we're definitely going to go to California in the next few years, we hope. If I'm able to do that plane ride, I feel like I will be fine to do an overseas plane ride. But I have to conquer that first. But I would like to literally go to every Disney park, like, but not just go to Disney. Like if we're going to Paris, I want to explore Paris. If we're going to Tokyo, I want to explore Tokyo, you know? Driving from Ontario to Florida, tolls, cost of gas, budget, best route, etc. This is kind of hard to answer because I don't normally deal with that part of our trip planning. Austin does. He is very good at navigation. He is very good at budgeting for gas and like knowing when to stop and like how much money it's going to cost us, the tolls, everything. I would say a very rough estimate, guesstimate, whatever, is I don't really know the best route. I know there's literally just like a highway that you get on at one point and you just go straight down to Florida. That's what we normally take. We go through Buffalo and then we just go right through. And then the tolls, we just keep like coin on us, like change. Coin. We keep coin. We keep change on us like in our car, so that way we're able to throw coins or bills into those toll booths. But a lot of them now are starting to get that like electronic, like they just send you it in the mail afterwards, and I think it's only like $5 here and there. So there's like those ones. So I would say budget like $20 per way. I could be totally off on that, but yeah. And then for gas, I think we ended up filling up 4 times on our way down there and then 4 times on our way back. But I feel like gas is honestly, like, everybody's like, oh, gas is so much cheaper in the States, but I really don't think it is. I think it's just because it's by the gallon versus by the liter. It just feels like it's cheaper. But with the conversion and everything, it does end up being cheaper. So I don't know. I hope that helps. Can you talk more about joining DVC and what you think so far? A bunch of people asking about DVC and like why we joined Riviera, like our experience as Canadians, all that kind of stuff. I will do a video. I promise. I promise. I will do a video talking all about joining DVC, like pros and cons, like if we like it, if we're like happy that we bought it, how we got into it, you know, the costs for Canadians, all that kind of stuff. Totally, I will do a video. We just have not taken a trip yet as DVC members. The only thing we've done as DVC members is book our first trip. We have paid our dues and we have like gotten like our welcome package. That's like all we've really done as DVC members. So I really can't touch much on it yet. But I will. I totally promise that I will. I will say though, the reason we picked the Riviera, because somebody asked, why did you go with the Riviera for your DVC home resort? And the main thing honestly is that when you go to buy DVC through Disney, you have to kind of pick from the ones that they had available, and the only ones they had available when we were there were the Riviera, the villas at Disneyland California, and then Alani. They had like Alani ones. And what they say is that when you're thinking about getting your home resort, you want to ideally pick somewhere where you're going to like and that you're going to want to stay, because your home resort, you can book a vacation 11 months out, Whereas any other DVC resort, you can only book 7 months out. So a lot of the time, the 7-month window, a lot of stuff is booked up. So you want to have somewhere where you're going to enjoy staying, if just in case like you can't get some of those other hotels. So that's why one of the reasons why we picked Riviera. Like the main reason basically why we picked Riviera, because we said between the 3 that they were offering, we always go to Disney World, and it really wouldn't be likely that we go to California a lot, and we're definitely not going to go to Alani a lot. So that was the reason. But also like we could have bought privately, like we could have just like went through like a DVC resale and bought somewhere else. But I absolutely love the Riviera. I love the Skyliner. I love the essence and the ambiance of the Riviera. I just feel like it's so luxury Disney and just still has so much Disney touches. Like I was saying to Dylan, our DVC guide, he was like, I was just saying to him, like, you know, sometimes when I go to the Grand Floridian or the Polynesian or, you know, some of those really, really high-end DVC resorts, I don't feel like I belong. Like I feel like I go there and I just like don't belong because I just look young and I don't look as bougie as the resort does. But while the Riviera is still absolutely stunning and bougie, it still has so much Disney in it that it just feels so magical, and I just love it so much. So that is another reason. And then someone just asked, how are you doing mentally? And I am doing fine. I think that because of the move, I'm like really anxious and stressed, but it's just because I'm like excited to move, and I just know that there's like so many things to do. But I feel like once that's done, it'll be good, and then it'll be honestly nice for my mental health that I have something to focus on during the winter, like gloomy months, that like we have a move, because normally I'm kind of like just sad around this time of year. But yeah, I'm excited, I'm happy. You know, it was kind of like upsetting that our plans changed, where like we were just going to be like, we're just going to save here until we can own a home. But I am really, really excited for this next chapter for us, and I just think it's going to be really nice. So I'm like, I'm content. I'm a very content being right now. Okay, well, that is everything that I have for you guys today. I will say we have moving vlogs coming. So this week, you are seeing this on Monday. Thursday will be a Disney vlog. The Disney vlogs are almost done, and I know I have stretched them out so far, and I have not meant for them to get stretched out so far, but life has happened. So the Disney vlogs will finish up fairly soon, but you will be getting moving vlogs starting next week, and I'm so excited for you to see them, and I'm excited for you guys to see our house. I'll have an empty house tour and all of our moving stuff and just getting settled in, and I'm like really, really excited. So I hope you guys enjoy. If you did, leave this video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel for more, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.